Right, this is the Schelfhout family arriving into Kings Park. It's probably at the end of 1957. There's Dad and Mum, Stephen's the baby. That's Kings Park Memorial with the family walking to the front of the photo. And I think Uncle Franz is there. Dad is holding John with Sue beside, and then Uncle Franz and Stella. And this photo has Jim, Stella, Paul, John, it must be Ron, Sue, Helen and Peter. Uncle in the background and Dad at the end. And now we're inspecting the cannons that were installed at Kings Park. And Sue is pushing Peter on the swings. That's part of the playground in Kings Park. And I think that's Paul pushing Helen. Another look at the cannons. They were always a good attraction. Paul's at the top of the swing waving to everybody. And we're all fitted on. There's John and must be Paul, Sue, Jim, Helen, and I think at the back is Peter. Oops. What have we got now? Oh goodness, they're too quick. That's Peter. Oops. Here comes Peter again. No, Dad's caught him. It's good fun. There's Paul and I can't see properly. It must be John. There's Jim and Sue on the seesaw. And there's Stephen. He's the baby. Probably about 6 months old, maybe. Probably not that old actually. And there was room for everybody if we doubled up on the swings. And Mum's giving a good push to the rest of us. Dad's holding Stephen, Sue and Uncle were just sitting there watching. And Peter's come to join them, and John and Ron. Jim has joined them. There's Peter with Stephen. And here's some of the beautiful plants in the garden. Kings Park has lots of native plants on display. And that's the War Memorial. And now we're looking into the buildings of Perth from the height of Kings Park. Can't recognise any of those buildings, Vince.
MLC was the talk.
Okay, looks we're probably looking up St George's Terrace at the moment, looking up the hill, and that is looking across Riverside Drive onto the Swan River. That's it, the city of Perth, 1957. St George's Terrace. And that's the City of Perth Town Hall. So we must be on Murray Street. Hay Street and Berwick Street. And now we've arrived in Queen's Gardens in East Perth. And Stephen's trying to walk. Lots of ducks at the lakes that they've created at Queen's Gardens. A little bit more of a playground area for the children. And there's Sue feeding the ducks, and everyone else is looking on. There's Jim and John and Stephen and Helen with Dad. And then Uncle decides he's going to have a look. And here comes Stephen. He just can't wait to walk. Whoops. Oh, it's okay, I'm okay. I'll keep going. See, I made it. And there's John. And they have beautiful flowers at Queen's Gardens. There's Mum with Stephen and Peter. No, it was John, sorry. These are the lavender plants at the place. And there's a statue of Peter Pan in the playground area. Beautiful water lilies in the pond. Dad's holding Stephen. And it looks like he's got Paul next to him with Mum. And Helen's just joined in, and Jim and Ron. And they used to have bands playing for free in the park on a Sunday afternoon. These Uncle Franz,
Jim,
with Jim or John, I can't remember which. The rest of us can sit still for a minute. So here we are back home in Mooie. This is the house that Dad built. There's one of our dogs. There's Mum with Paul and Peter. There's Stephen again with Helen and Peter and Sue in the background. And that's one of Dad. No, that's Uncle's car. It's a Zephyr. Hi, Uncle. There's Uncle with Stephen and Paul and Ron and Mum.
the flower.
In the garden, in the natural bushland at the back of the house. There's Dad with Stephen and some of the children. There's Sue and Peter and Mum and Stephen and Helen. Just go Stephen.
Net als een Nick.
There's Jim and John and Helen and Paul with Stephen and Sue. Where's Ron? Some more of the bushland. Doesn't bother Stephen. Jim. Here comes Mum with the afternoon cup of tea.
Ja.
And there's one of the twins. I'm not sure if it was Beppy or Corrie. Peter and Jim. And Stephen. There's Paul with Jim and Stephen in the wheelbarrow and Helen right beside. So Jim's going to give it a go now with Peter. Go Jim. And there's the dog with one of the Dutch twins, Beppy or Corrie. There they are together.